Hello from autumnal Strasbourg. First of our 2 sessions here this month. The headlines. Party season well and truly with us. I'm afraid the Brexit shambles continues. You couldn't make it up. Yemen, the biggest humanitarian crisis we are facing. Car emission and reducing CO2, and calling it a day on tampon tax with better EU rules on VAT. Party season, what a contrast between Labour and Tory party conferences. A brilliant turnout in Liverpool for Labour's annual conference. Incredible atmosphere, one of the largest conferences in the party's history. Jeremy Corbyn set out his vision for a fairer Britain with 30 hours free childcare for 2 and 3 and 4-year-olds. John McDonnell pledged 10% shares and 1/3 of board seats for workers in large companies. Keir Starmer committed Labour to ensuring a Brexit deal that protects jobs in West Midlands, in complete contrast to the Tory one. Tory ministers came to Birmingham to speak to empty halls, constant infighting. And oh, that dance. We're now an international embarrassment. And we have a new low from Jeremy Hunt comparing the EU to USSR. He's supposed to be the UK's top diplomat. Someone please give him a history lesson. His comments went down like a lead balloon among colleagues who have suffered under communism. Many of my colleagues here are increasingly questioning me as to what has happened to the UK, which they used to admire and respect. That is the Tories for you. They claim they are born to rule. Please save us from this punishment. Over here in Strasbourg, we've been talking about serious issues like bringing an end to the civil war in Yemen and the ongoing famine there with millions displaced and an outbreak of cholera. For far too long, some of the EU member states have turned a blind eye and continue to sell arms to Saudi Arabia, who are one of the main culprits in the death and destruction in Yemen. I called upon the UK government and other member states to stop selling arms to the Saudis, as they risk being tried for war crimes if they continue to do so. Saving Yemen was not the only issue on the agenda. Saving our planet was equally a priority. We backed ambitious calls for 40% cuts to car emissions by 2030. We only have one planet and there will be no second chances. Finally, some good news. We can now get rid of the hated tampon tax thanks to the new EU rules on VAT. This will help 135,000 girls in the UK who are forced to stay at home and miss school because of their parents can't afford to buy them sanitary protection. Can't get away from blaming Brussels for this, UK government. You can do something to directly fight against education poverty. The EU is for the many and not the few. Until next time, goodbye.